information than I left with when I went to sit down, but I thank my brother for the effort. Mr. Speaker, we had a plan as well for reduction of the cost of living, and we actually believe, Mr. Speaker, that there is an alternative path to reducing the cost of living and especially the cost of food. We have had occasion to have conversations with farmers in the Rift, and they pointed out that, Mr. Speaker, the problem largely has been, number one, the over-reliance on rain-fed agriculture, which has become very unreliable given the scourge of climate change. And number two, that in fact, certain practices, mainly corruption within the food industry, has dissuaded many farmers from planting their crop. That in fact, sometimes they end up with a good harvest, but they are unable to put this harvest to the market because there are senior people within the Republic who then take up that position or that quota that was to be allocated to these farmers, Mr. Speaker. So I also believe that if indeed we wanted to ensure food security, we need to move away from rain-fed agriculture. We want to see a plan on irrigation, especially revival of the projects that are collapsed, including the ones in Tana River, Galana, Kulalu, and the others, to ensure food security, Mr. Speaker. The proposal that we have had from the government side to introduce GMO as a way of ensuring food security, Mr. Speaker, we have a lot of problems with it. In other jurisdictions, Mr. Speaker, whenever there is a controversy that scientists on both sides don't agree on any particular point, they usually encourage people to teach the controversy, Mr. Speaker. So you have been challenging my brothers and friends on this side to table evidence to show that there is no safety in GMO. Mr. Speaker, what I want to encourage you is to allow people to debate the controversy.
Senator Sifuna, there is an intervention from Senator from Kisii, Onyonka Richard. Is it an intervention or you want to contribute to the motion? Okay. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Proceed, Senator Sifuna.
So, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, I can see already my time is almost up. What we have asked for from the minority side is that a decision such as the lifting of a ban of GMO is such a radical policy pronouncement that we believe that this is a matter upon which further public participation ought to have been taken before the decision is made. Mr. Speaker, I want to refer the House to Article number 10 of the Constitution, where it says that whenever any state officer, public officer, or any person makes or implements public policy decisions, they are tied down to following or complying with the, the national principles and values that are set out in Article 10A, including patriotism and participation of the people, Mr. Speaker. We do not believe that that particular decision was subjected to that process. Mr. Speaker, finally, I know that if I give my own opinion on some of these things, it will be dismissed here. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to inform the House that I, Sifuna, am a Catholic, and Catholics take policy positions from the Pope. And the Pope speaks to these issues through letters to his bishops called encyclicals. Mr. Speaker, the Pope has already issued an encyclical on the question of GMO foods. And if you allow me, Mr. Speaker, I would like to read an excerpt from this particular encyclical.
Senator Cherege, what is out of order?